Hello everyone. So, as I mentioned in my previous Dota video of reaching Immortal, that I will be sharing some top reasons or factors that I feel players in Divine and Ancient rank do not completely comprehend, and as a result, they end up getting stuck and not able to hit the Immortal rank. I mean that there are plenty of things to look out for. However, I have narrowed it down to the three most important reasons which I have observed and I believe are the biggest issues which players need to work on or focus on in order to reach that Immortal rank. This video will cover the first reason, and hence I have called it part 1. With that being said, let's get started. So, reason number 1, which is not waiting for power spikes. In other words, not waiting for a specific item on a particular hero. Let me ask you all a question. When was the last time you remember that you had an axe or an Earthshaker in your team who were basically sitting on 2000 gold or 2k gold with only 250 away from a blink dagger? However, what happened was your team was like, hey, let's go. And basically they didn't want them to get their dagger. And what ended up happening was they went in the team fight, they died, their gold reduced, and the blink dagger that was supposed to come in the next 30 seconds or 60 seconds came up at like 6 minutes and 5 minutes later. And by that time, the game was over basically. You know, like the enemy team was so far ahead and you couldn't do anything. Why? Because they didn't wait for their power spikes, the daggers. I cannot stress that how many times I have lost games because teams, they don't want to wait for items like a game-changing item. Like dagger on an Earthshaker is like basically you can just win, make a big comeback. So, and also it's not about only dagger, it could be anything. You know, for example, waiting for a pipe against a full magic lineup, or waiting for your carry to get a BKB, or any item which we feel that if we have this in our team, it's gonna be a big game changer. So to explain you guys better, let me take you guys through one of my game replays to basically explain you better what I mean by this.
Alright guys, so in this game I was playing Bristleback, safe in Bristleback, and before I take anything forward, let me just pause there for a moment and let me take you through the enemy team. So we have Necro, Darkseer, Grimstroke, Earthshaker, and Ricky. Alright, so as you can know that basically all four of them except for Ricky are completely magical. So as a Bristleback player, I realized, okay, when is gonna be my first power spike? When I want to fight and I don't want to fight. So I got an early hood, which kind of helped me in the early skirmishes. However, I was like, guys, I was telling my team, guys, wait, let me get a pipe first. Like, especially these Pugna and Rubik, they're just gonna melt to this magic damage. So I was like, guys, I'm gonna look how like close I am to pipe. So I'm like, team, don't do anything, relax. Let me get this tower, and I'll have my pipe. However, my team kind of didn't listen to me, and they I was like, no, we can do well, and whatever, we're in the lead. I was like, guys, let's play it safe. I'm just gonna get my pipe. But somehow they were out of position and they got caught, and the enemy team took full advantage of it. However, I barely got my pipe after getting this tower. So and because of these movements, what happened was I had to TP in. Look, I had to TP in, and they died. Right? If I had the pipe over there at that time, we could have survived. But they just kept going, right? So my pipe eventually came in, and from there onwards, like things started to get better a little bit. Like I had my pipe, and like right now, this is Bristleback's big power spike, right? They can't do anything now. Like if I just move forward a bit, like right now, this is the power spike I'm talking about. You know, teams need to understand that. Like right now, your Bristleback has a pipe, base boots, 2 bracers, magic wand. Against this lineup, it's impossible to get killed. Like this is things that I feel like players don't understand. And like, you know, like I was just baiting around, doing anything, but they can't touch me, literally. So these are the things that people need to look out for in basically in these kind of ranks.
Also, I would like to add one more thing, is that there could be more than one power spike in the game. You know, for example, if you're playing, let's say, a Phantom Assassin, right? So let's say your first power spike is gonna be like Deso BKB. However, your next power spike is gonna be like getting an Abyssal Blade or a Satanic, you know? So meaning to say that you have to be aware of power spikes that are gonna come in the game. Like for example, the example I just showed you guys for Bristleback. So my first power spike is gonna be pipe. However, my next power spike is gonna be, let's say, a BKB or a more tankier item, which makes sure that I can close the game out. So this is something which you should keep in your mind. So now the big question is, how do we implement this in our games? Like, how do we make people aware or our teammates aware, like when we are in game? Because let's be honest, people in Dota 2 in Divine Ancient rank are not the most friendly people, and most likely they will not listen to you guys. So one thing in particular that I did, and I think which I like to do as well, and I found that it's very effective, is that let's say if I'm playing a very, let's say, a core role like a carry or a mid, anything, right? And I want to basically get that item, like let's say for the Bristleback game, like I want to basically get any kind of item that I want before my team makes any kind of a move or we take a team fight. I start to spam on how much gold is left for that item. Like, for example, let's say I want to have a BKB, right? And I'm 300 gold away. I'll just keep spamming, guys, like 350, like 346 gold remaining, 200 gold remaining. And quite surprisingly, that actually worked. Like people actually, I have seen that based on that, they stop making any kind of moves and they just go to like relax mode. And another thing also you could use is that the chat wheels, like for example, things like get back. Let's say, how many times have we seen that people, they get tier 1 tower and they want to push for tier 2 and they end up dying? So what you do is you spam the get back, and also you could use other kind of chat wheels. And sometimes chat wheels it's like a miss and go. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes people might take it the wrong way. And lastly, just put it in the chat box. Like, I know people might say that, hey, stop teaching me, or I know what I'm doing. But the thing is that if you just put that text, for example, wait for PA to get a BKB in front of their eyes, and everyone is like, yeah, we know, like, just shut up or whatever, right? The thing is that even though they will give you a negative response, their brains will start accepting and, let's say, acknowledge it, and they definitely will end up doing the right move. So these are some of the things that you could do to make people aware that wait for power spikes. So this is it for the first reason, and what I want you guys is to understand it yourself first and try making your team aware of this. And then let me know in the comment sections what were your results, what were your findings, and like, you have any additional question to this topic, or what you guys want, anything, just let me know, okay? And for the reason 2 and reason 3, which will be coming out soon, shortly, in few days, where I will talk about other things that you need to consider as well to get the Immortal rank. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so you don't miss the next Dota 2 video I'm gonna post. And that's it, guys. Until next time, see ya. Cheers.